Very good. All right. Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast, Tri-Curious Podcast. Found out a name. Pretty good, I say. All right. So, I'm Uneducated, a.k.a. Talus, channel host.
I'm Seppi, also known as Colin, second channel co-host.
I'm Reason Zero, also known as David, and I'm your other co-host.
Just before this recording, I looked over and my cat decided I'm gonna bring a mouse into the room. Just because. So she walks in there, I yell at her, and she just drops it, and it starts to run away. So I have to grab my mallet. Yes, I have a mallet in my room. Currently it has red on it now. Let's not get into the specifics. But that mouse is gone now. So that's the good news.
Why didn't you just throw it out the window?
Because the window has a screen on it.
I should open the screen.
That's not how that works.
Isn't that?
I mean,
there's
it is.
an air conditioning there, and I'm pretty sure it'll fall out if he does that.
There's not an air conditioner, but the screen would fall out down one story.
There's not?
And probably break.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't argue with that. I mean, rip little mousey, but it is what it is.
Mouse shouldn't have been
the mouse.
Dying thrice.
Yeah, dying thrice and all that. It'd be like that.
Bit of whack-a-mole in the morning. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, better than my cat, who's just kind of doesn't know how to sit in someone's lap and just assaults me when I'm holding her because she doesn't understand the fundamentals of laying in someone's lap without falling off me like a blob and scratching my entire leg into pieces.
Oof.
Yeah, it happens. I'm sure.
It do be like that.
Dude, that reminds me. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Tuesday. So yesterday, I got paid $1,100 for sitting at home and taking a day off.
Goddamn.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Very, very good.
Was there a particular reason you got paid for sitting on your ass?
So, I was gonna do a apprenticeship class for my work, and I was the only person that showed up for the class. So it's online classes because COVID, we can't do in-person classes, and for some reason I was the only one that showed up. So we got I was just talking to the instructors, just shooting the shit with them, and they were emailing the person in charge, the chick who's in charge of everything, and she's like, you know what, just since it's our fault, just pay the apprentice and cancel the class, and he'll have to retake the class. But so they canceled it. They paid me for 8 hours of sitting at home for no reason, and so I'm like, I'll do some of my other pre-recorded classes that I can just do whenever, and you get paid a certain amount per class, and I knocked a few of those out, enough to make it about $1,000, and then I got paid for my normal day of 8 hours as well on top of that. So. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Day off, basically a vacation day, and I got paid more than I'm making, however many days.
Very nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. That's for sure.
I cannot complain.
So, we all know about Prince Philip.
Yeah.
And his death.
Yeah. And how he should have died a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah, should have been dead in 2002, but it is what it is. So, he was 99 when he died. I don't remember what he died from. Probably every disease in the book, honestly.
I think he was just old.
Just a general oldness. It's what?
I think so.
I would, me, personally, if I died at 99, that's just a kick in the face. It's I'm 1 year away from 100.
Well, he didn't want to make it to 100 is what he said.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to live to 100, and he died 2 months from his 100th birthday.
He just chose to stop living.
I personally, I don't, that's a weak mindset. Who says that? Who goes to whatever? I would love to, triple digits.
Oh, it might have been heart problems.
Heart problems?
Yeah, it says recent infection and heart issue.
I feel like it was one of those moments where he's I said I don't want to live to 100. It's 2 months up.
Regrets it.
It's 2 months coming up, and he just goes, and then just dies, as the old people have the ability to do.
Yeah.
That's on a whim. So
perishes.
Yeah, parishes. There's a lot of memes about a lot of very American men talking about how this was a victorious day. Very, very interesting. Was not expecting that from the public, but I suppose that's just the American
one
way.
less Brit.
Dude, honestly, I kind of like what the situation is going on. Just watching as an American, watching what UK is acting with the EU and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know that much about Brexit until the other day when I just watched a video on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, they've recently started using water cannons on the North Irish people again. Yes.
Really? I didn't know that.
I hope they leave.
Wait, so why are they?
And then I hope Scotland also like gains an. I don't know why. I just something about that. It seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
Going back to the glory days.
I mean, Scotland, they've always wanted their independence. I'm good with that. So what is it that's going on with the water cannons? I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay, so basically, them leaving Brexit, Northern Ireland doesn't, and I don't know, but basically the reason why the Northern Irish people are getting upset is because their borders are going to be like changed with the Republic of Ireland, and there's just like a lot of problems going on with that, and so like the IRA is making like a return.
Oh,
nice.
Which is I don't agree with them. But whatever, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen within the next 5 years, and then there'll be there won't be Northern Ireland anymore. It'll just be like the Republic of Ireland, and then the UK.
Just be Ireland.
And even then, it might not even be the UK anymore, because like if Scotland also declares independence as well, it'll just be Britain.
That would be pretty. That would be
Great
very
Britain,
interesting.
Scotland, and
The United
Ireland.
The United Two Kingdoms, just Britain and Wales.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Wales. I don't know if they'll leave because if they
Wales don't
go through with Brexit.
I think Wales is like, I think they are the people who just don't care the most. Like they're just like, yeah, whatever. Let us just be Britain. Like we cannot survive on our own financially, so let's just stay like this.
Yeah.
So, you hear about Dogecoin?
Oh my god.
God damn it! Didn't it go up like 3 cents?
No, I don't know exactly. It went up like 5 or 4 or something. It went up enough amount because of Elon Musk and people. I think he's posted about it before, but on April Fool's Day he said, "Oh, I'm taking Dogecoin to the moon," and then everyone was like, "Oh, Dogecoin," and then the stocks went up. So now it's at like 14 cents. Now a bunch of people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh, get it to $1 and stuff," which I mean, it may not, whatever. I mean, it was supposed to be a meme to begin with, so that's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's based off my brain went dead.
Stocks be like you want to.
So about Elon Musk, what is your thought on the Neuralink?
I don't know what that is.
The Neuralink?
So it's basically Elon Musk made a little chip that they put in your brain that allows you to control stuff with your mind, which sounds weird, but and sounds fantasy or sci-fi, I meant. But they got a chimp, and they taught him. Yeah, well, they taught him how to like. Oh, if you click on this like orange circle, you get fruit or some shit, like a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing that with a mouse or like a little or joystick or whatever. Then they disconnected the joystick, and he thought he was still using the joystick, but he wasn't. He was just using his mind to control the cursor on the screen. And it went and clicked these orange dots with just his Neuralink. And basically that'll allow like paraplegic and stuff to be able to like do what normal people can do on like the computer, moving consoles or whatever. And I'm sure that could like work with like electric body parts or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
like I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Honestly, yeah. I think that's cool. It's like
I do too.
I think that's
honestly,
really cool. Like especially because like you're saying with the the body parts. Like, somebody's missing an arm or something. You hook up a fucking robotic arm to them. They use the node. Like, they could probably use that pretty functionally then.
Mm-hmm.
If there's like some way that I can like just like close my eyes and like get like a Neuralink, like when it like the technology advances in the future, or I could just close my eyes and surf the internet in my head, I think that'd be pretty badass.
Yeah, 100%.
And I would do it even if like people controlled my mind. Like I don't know. I just like the convenience is so much greater.
The risk versus reward, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where things are how they are nowadays, and we have our smartphones and blah blah blah. It's like, it's honestly, I could care less. Like, as long as it's been tested for a while and isn't gonna like fry up and blow my brain into pieces or something, like a Galaxy.
I mean, the worst
Note.
case that can happen is it just like fries, like the chip itself fries, and like you just like cannot
pop it out, get a new one.
Yeah, it's like, even if it's like you remote like desktop, like I can just like close my eyes and I see what's on my screen at home, and I can just surf the internet in my head through like my computer at home. I would do it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And Lord knows when it comes out, I'd be like, oh, new technology for people with, amputees and stuff. And then all the rich people will be like, I want to control my Tesla from my brain. And it's like, well, I'm glad this is happening now.
I want to.
But that'd be cool though. That would be cool. In my opinion.
It would be cool.
Yeah, just just driving your car, no hands, just sitting there going at it. That's all we need.
Playing Flappy Bird while flying a plane.
Playing a flight sim while flying.
That's life. Now the real thing is when you start getting into hacking other people's devices with your mind.
Dude, I just hack into the plane that I'm on.
They're just there. It's like, oh, I see that car over there. Fucking hack into it, crash it.
Have the ability, like someone's not using their blinkers when they're turning, so you hack into their brain and make them use their blinkers.
Yeah, I know. So I back into their brain and make them fucking crash into the medium. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be very that'd be interesting. It's like, I'm sure so many people have problems with it, but it's like, I mean, technology's the future, babe.
It's cool. Although, again, I don't know. People in power just like,
yeah.
tax like out the ass for having it.
Probably. But. So, I've discovered something.
Yes.
I'm sitting at work. Good friend of mine, looks to me, he says, "Hey, you think there's a meth subreddit?" I go,
No.
I wonder. I instantly pull up Reddit, type in meth, 42,000 members. And I looked at this, I said, must be the memes. It ain't memes.
No.
This ain't a joke. This is just 42,000 people on meth. Just like, hey, you got any tips for when I'm up for 5 days straight, and I don't know what I expected. Reddit's weird. I just honestly did not expect to find. So I was expecting like a couple thousand people to be on this, but there's 42,000 members, man.
I need to get on Reddit and meth.
I'll start using Reddit.
Because honestly, 5 days, am I
meth.
right? Exactly. Join the meth subreddit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, it's...
Wow.
Yeah, some of the posts on here, just like, what the fuck's going on? It's just, yeah, this is definitely people on meth. You just the shit that they're saying on here. It's just like, what's going on with these people? Porn looks better on meth, right? All right.
God damn.
Dude, I mean, obviously you can't just like shit on them without trying it yourself,
True.
Hey, you're right, my man. But dude, what's that? God, what?
More of a needle guy, not a crack pipe kind of guy.
Oh yeah, dude. The vaccine making me feel all weird.
I gotta get all 5 versions of the vaccine so I can be like a god.
Yeah.
Ascend.
Completely ascend, overtake the government. Yeah.
Well, That concludes this week of us shitting on a subreddit. Tune in next week where we talk about the fucking dog subreddit.
No. No,
fuck dogs, metaphorically.
Okay, my brain stopped there. I was like, wait, metaphorically, does that mean he wants to?
No.
It's like, I got confused. Yeah.
Brain. Well,
We like anime.
I do.
like anime.
Have you... So, I'm sure you haven't, Colin, but... David, have you seen anything about The Way of the House Husband?
The Way of the House Husband. I have not.
Have you heard about it before?
I have not.
There's a lot of memes about it, and it came... 1 second.
Meet your fucking mic.
So, there's a lot of...
Oh, is that a Netflix one?
Yeah, it came out on Netflix. It's essentially about a Yakuza...
Oh! Okay, no, I've heard of it.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So... A lot of controversy came around it because when it came out on Netflix, it's not much of an anime per se because it's more like they took the pages of the manga, colored it, used voices, and then slightly animated like the mouths and then some body parts slightly, and then mostly the Roomba. So it's really strange. I think the director or whatever wanted to do it for autistic reasons, and a lot of people are very enraged by it and calling Netflix lazy and blah 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 blah.
What does that mean? Autistic reasons.
Autistic.
Oh.
Artistic. Oh.
I'm sorry.
I definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
I thought you said autistic
Yeah,
reasons.
same.
What does that mean?
I just can't speak.
Like, what does that mean?
The fuck is autistic reasons? No, autistic reasons. Fuck.
It's just your foreign voice.
Yeah, the
makes
accent.
it different.
My
Your foreign accent.
My southern drawl. No. Yeah. So, point of the matter I'm trying to get at is a lot of people are very enraged at The Way of the House Husband's animation style, and it's one of those anime, manga, whatever, kind of like Pop Team Epic, where it's like shorts, like a couple minute shorts, one after another. It's like every chapter is like a separate story essentially.
Seems like that.
So, personally, because that's how the way it is, and then I think it's good. I watched all of it. There's 5 episodes. I watched it all. I thought it was good. I thought it was funny. I generally enjoyed the animation. Thought it was weird at first, but it fits the show. And after, I don't know, couple minutes into it, like, I forget it's even animated weird. I just kind of watch it, enjoy it, and it's like, yeah, this is good. Now, there's a couple of parts, like when somebody falls over and they go to stand back up, and then in the halfway standing up motion, and then they're just standing there halfway up, not in a natural position, talking to somebody, and it's like, all right, that's a little weird, but but overall, I mean, it's fantastic, and I think people should give it a try.
Oh, it's more like an animated novel kind of thing, like Blood Sun Vendetta. Okay, I understand now. I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm following it. You know, I like that. That's kind of cool.
I think it's good. I recommend it. It's really funny. It was popular. Out. It's been popular for a while. Lots of memes and stuff about it.
No.
Yeah. What's that one new one that came out that everybody was really excited? There was like the meme of like the chick who was just laughing at the guy. You know.
No.
You know. Okay, I'll pull it up.
Can't say that.
Yeah. You get that.
I will find the name for you.
Also,
on top of that, the new season for How Not to Summon a Demon Lord came out. It's pretty funny.
I don't think I've
pretty good so far.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it.
Oh, yes. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro.
Don't toy with me, Miss.
Very funny.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that.
It's very funny, and I'm excited because I read the plot on its wiki, and it made me really excited to watch the rest of it.
It looks good. It looks good. I'll be.
And in the first episode, there's only one episode out, so to be fair, but I watched it, in the first 10 minutes, I guessed what the plot was.
Yeah.
And it made me even more excited to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, even if you, like, ruin it for yourself by guessing and, like, doing what I did, but even if you do that, it made me very excited. It made me even more excited to watch it.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, I'll watch the trailer. I want to watch it. I think it's good. I think it's going to be a good one. Very, very funny, very good.
Yeah.
So, have you heard anything about Ludwig?
Oh, God.
David?
No.
Okay, so I missed out on this, and I'm very sad that I had missed out on this. So, Ludwig is a Twitch streamer, right? And what he did was go in and do a subathon, which is like, for every subscriber he gets on Twitch, he'll extend his stream by 10 seconds. He thought, I'll do this for a day, maybe 48 hours.
That guy.
Yeah, he went for 31 days without stopping his stream. Just went for it, and I think he eventually just stopped the stream of his own volition because it was long enough. But he passed Ninja in sub count, so I think he's the number one subbed Twitch streamer now at like 283,000, I believe. So he holds the record for that. But yeah, no, he streamed everything. Him playing games, watching movies, eating, sleeping. He slept in a car bed, I believe, like a race car bed. And the last little bit of the stream, I think he destroyed it with a sledgehammer. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sad I missed out on that. I think that would have been very entertaining. But you went for 31 days.
Yeah, that would have been a moment of history to have been a part of that.
Yeah, sure. Like Unis honest.
2 days ago, 1 day left, subathon.
Yeah.
32 hours, 44 hours, 47 hours, 42 hours.
Absolute madman.
Absolutely.
Okay, 6 hours, 42 hours. I'm just looking at his videos. Let's see when his first subathon started. It looks like subathon. It went back to, holy shit, 15 days ago. Yeah, so it only goes back 15 days, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Oh, no. More? Okay, sweet. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sounds like a lot of work.
Well, you know what? He got
to keep people entertained,
Made a lot of fucking money off that's for sure.
Yeah. He's gonna, I'd take a week off after that.
Yeah. For, dead ass.
I don't know if any of you guys heard about it. Don't know if you care besides me, but Apple recently is forcing Discord to start banning and blocking all not safe for work servers. So that's brought stress back onto all social media things like Twitter. So
why is Apple doing this?
Just, I don't know. Probably same reason they forced Tumblr to ban all not safe for work stuff to protect the kids, quote unquote.
Apple, well, you don't have to join the server.
Yeah, it's dumb. So now anybody on
like
iOS,
with Tumblr, you don't have to.
On Discord is like, haha, not safe for work. Get fucked. Because it wasn't that long ago where people were worrying about this for Twitter.
So did Discord say fuck off to Apple?
I think no. I think they're well, because here's the thing. It's like with Tumblr. If they don't agree, they're gonna be banned off of all Apple products and stuff. And it's like, well, a lot of people own iPhones, so it's either you comply or you get shut out.
Well, good.
Yeah. So.
Good thing I don't use any Apple products at all.
Yeah. Apple bad.
Fuck Apple.
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 Yeah.
Apple cinnamon.
Apple cinnamon.
Cinnamon is the winner, man. But yeah, that's I think that just sucks.
No, yes, actually, turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pisses me off. I don't know why. I know why. I know why it pisses me off. I don't know why. It's like
restricting people's freedom and options.
Yeah, very non-American thing to do.
Yeah.
Very, very big corporation thing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a big thing that's sucking again.
Man, that's why I've started prepping. You know, buying MREs and I own like 50 cans of baked beans now. You know,
Printing off all my not safe for work servers. Beginning a stack of files. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I keep a safe so when the cops come, you know, they have to get a separate warrant.
Oh, very nice.
Got a safe for my guns. I got a safe for my porn, and that's it.
That's it. Two safes.
Got 2 safes. And you know what? They gotta get a warrant for both of them.
And each
And
safe
you know the
is in
funny
a
thing
safe.
is, I say each safe is in a safe. So when they say I want to open that safe and there's another safe inside, they have to get another warrant on top of that.
That's what I'm talking about. Boy. Woo!
America.
And then little do they know, in the most inner safe of like 3 safes, it's a note telling me where I buried it, and then where they go and they dig it up. You know, if they're gonna go through that much work just to get it, they're gonna go and dig it up. I'll send them on a wild goose chase to like Jamaica or some shit. Little do I know, it's just like under my bed.
It's another note in another safe with another location, which is just under your bed in a safe under the ground.
6 feet under with your father.
Little do I know, I have an offshore account.
Goddamn. It's like my
No. Yeah, go on.
Well, my dad was talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a bunch of guns and then gonna take out a slab of cement from the garage and hook it up with hydraulics, and then I'm gonna cut all the other pieces of cement on the floor to make it all look the same. And so if I need my guns, the hydraulics will lift up the slab of concrete, and I'll get at my guns. And I'm like, I bet.
Yes, I want to see your old ass do that. Who can't even like win an arm wrestle against you.
Yeah. I'm just like,
honestly,
man, just take a couple guns, pull a John Wick, cement over them, just in case, take a sledgehammer to it, and bam, you got some secret guns.
Now the hydraulics, was he drunk when he said that?
No.
Oh my god. See, now that would be pretty badass, right? But like, he won't.
Oh,
I would though. Not. That's something I would do.
We will.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would do. Like, that sounds like some bullshit that I would make up.
Yeah.
What is your dream house? What is your dream, like, property
one with,
that you could own?
Walls, probably a roof, maybe a couple doors, you know, wood preferably. Maybe door. I mean, gates work. You know.
Gates.
Gates. No doors, just gates. They'll be the doors, but they're like the cut in half doors, so you could just open the top one if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, like, dream house wise, I mean, depends on how much money I have, I suppose, because like
it's dream. You can make it whatever you want.
Because what I'm saying is like, I'd love, you know, like a big house, but only if I have like some fucking house servants, you know, some maids or something. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't want a big ass house that, one, I have to clean, and two, it's empty all the time. So therefore, yeah, if I had maids and shit, it's like, yeah, you know what, big fucking house, big fucking yard, dinosaur skeletons everywhere. All right, statue of Alexander the Great in front, statue of Teddy right next to him on the other side, maybe some Julius Caesar's, marble 20 feet high.
Goddamn.
I want like one of those barn houses, where it's like, I have the plans made up, in like an actual like thing, and it's basically just like a big ass like barn house. The ground is like polished concrete, and for the bottom floor, and there's like a loft, which is where my bedroom would be. Have a kitchen up there. Everything's basically like in the loft. And I would have like my bedroom on the loft. It would just be like a quarter on like the second floor. Like the floor plan is like a quarter of it, and it's just a loft. And then beneath that, I have maybe I'll put the kitchen beneath. I don't know. We'll figure it out. bottom line is loft where I sleep, underneath kitchen, I think, and then out from underneath, I'll have my front door, and then I'll have my living room set up next to it, and then everything like the second half of the house, I'm gonna have like 4 garage doors, so I can keep my vehicles in it, and I'm gonna lift in one of them so I can work on a lift. And basically that's gonna be my house, just plain empty, a lot of room, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go with like just a nice cabin in the
And
woods, but like I would want it to be like at most 30-minute drive to get to civilization, like a city
Yeah,
or something.
at most.
Yeah.
And then I want like 25 acres, probably minimum.
No. But I was like a nice cabin on top, but I'd like to have like a big sprawling basement kind of bunker thing, like Bert's house in Tremors, something like that. Just like a big concrete room underneath this nice cabin. So you go upstairs, nice little cozy cabin. You got the woods you can do stuff in, maybe a garage, maybe a shed or something, and then just like this nice big underground cold fucking bunker.
I definitely want woods. I want a stream, and I want like wooded area, because then in the wooded area I can collect rainwater illegally and use that instead of illegally collect rainwater and use that instead of getting. I mean, I still use water from the city to like not bring up suspicion, but that'll just be like, oh, I take my showers with the city water. I use my kitchen use the city water for my kitchen and stuff.
Have like a pond,
like,
a couple
everything else, like I'll have a garden probably, maybe. I'll have like, for like power washing, I'll use like my rainwater. Yeah.
Have like a pond.
Tap water will be rainwater.
Fish.
No, absolutely. I'll make an artificial pond, and then I'll have a little. Next to the pond, I'll probably have like a dirt mound I can use as a backstop for my shooting range. I'll make. Yeah, everything, the whole shebang, dude.
Yeah.
So it's illegal to collect rainwater?
It is illegal to collect rainwater.
Yeah, because then you don't have to go to the store and buy water.
That is very
that's untrue. The reason is because they cannot tax you for rainwater.
Yeah, that essentially, yeah.
That's very unfree of them.
That is. Why do you think? I think it's a bullshit law. It's like, hey, I put the work in to get my own water. It's like, oh, we can't tax you, so that's illegal.
I could just imagine it now, just like there. I'm walking down the street, starts raining. I'm like, I'm a bit parched. I look up and I lift and I open up my mouth and I start drinking rainwater. And then a cop shows up and says, "You got a fucking you ain't paying your taxes," and he just starts beating the shit out of me.
Every day when you're walking down the
start resisting or something.
Yeah. Start collecting rainwater in your mouth, saving it for later.
Yeah.
Put it in your cheek,
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Not great. By the way, so how we're planning on going to Hawaii and all that? Well, one, I'm thinking about probably buying a camcorder and vlogging, quote unquote, whatever, vlogging, I guess.
I'll bring my GoPro Max.
Yeah. So kind of want to do that. Think that'll be quite fun. But I think, yeah. So someone found out about what was in Hawaii, as I didn't know this because I just walked in to my house. I was like, "Hey Alexa, what's the best thing to see in Hawaii?" And she's like, what is it? The most popular thing in Hawaii is the USS Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck,
What?
I didn't know that.
I've been there. In fact, I played in my band in front of it.
Very
I felt
nice.
very American.
Very nice.
We played God Bless the USA.
It's in Hawaii? Why is it in Hawaii?
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
What does Hawaii have to do with Pearl Harbor?
Are you serious?
Are you serious right
Are
now?
you actually serious?
Yes?
Pearl Harbor is in Hawaii, man.
I think I
It
just discovered the name
was?
for the episode. I think I just discovered the name for the
It
episode.
still is.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
It still is in Hawaii. It never left.
Gentlemen, this is why you don't homeschool your children.
I didn't know that.
Golly,
Wow.
that pisses me off.
Yes, Colin. Pearl Harbor is a part of Hawaii.
Clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but
and the cool thing is, the USS Missouri was the last active battleship that we used, and we used it up until the Iraq War, Desert Storm, I think, and we did shore bombardments for that, and that was pretty cool.
Just something about, like,
that's why we should bring them back. Honestly, we should bring them back. But I don't want to get into like possible who starts the next world war kind of deal.
Well, I mean, did you hear about what's going on with Russia and the Ukraine?
I don't care, dude.
All right. Well, you were talking about ships, and that's what made me think about it, because the American ships.
Well, it's like Ukraine is landlocked, so it's not like we can't bring back battleships for that.
Well, I mean, there was something about like ships in the Black Sea, and Russia was like, "Get your fucking ships out of here right now! We're pissed at you," you know. And then Biden's like, "We got your back, Ukraine." I'm like, something's gonna happen.
I don't think. Here's the thing: Russia, they might see what they can get away with.
God, I think they're trying to annex a part of Ukraine. I could be wrong. This is not. I was honest. I was only looking up a little bit of this earlier.
I want to know because now I am.
Yeah. Look it up. Get the facts, because you know there was some shit going on, and I was at work at the time, so I didn't really see too much of what was happening.
Ukraine's still outgunned as Russia prepares for larger conflict.
Yeah.
No.
It's The Guardian, so it's a news outlet. I'll post it in the chat if you care to look at it.
Yeah.
I love politics and war.
Well, this isn't really politics. It's more war than politics.
No, it's not much better.
Political
war. Okay. Dang.
That sure is a lot of words.
I'm trying to think. I gotta choose my words carefully, because here's the thing. Unfortunately, China has also been like making Japan nervous, and Germany sent ships out. I saw memes, obviously. Oh, Germany and Japan are getting back together. be ready. And to be fair, that was a joke, like a meme.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, if America would be with Japan and Germany, and it just makes me wonder, would we be considered the Axis or the Central Powers because we're with Germany and Japan, or would we also, or we should be NATO? I guess NATO versus. What is Russia in? What pact are they in? Are they still? They got rid of the Warsaw Pact, right?
I'm not sure what it currently is.
I'm just, in this downtime, we'll talk about my 2 cents on wars and conflict. I don't know a lot about it. Hence, I didn't know Pearl Harbor was in Hawaii. So, most of this is going to go over my head. I don't even know what a NATO is. I'm just...
Do you actually not?
If somebody pointed at Russia on a map, I'd probably just say the biggest one and walk away.
CSTO, Collective Security Treaty Organization.
Wait. So if somebody said that's Russia, and then you would say, the biggest one, and then walk away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if someone was like, point at Argentina, I'd say it's the one next to Brazil. And I'd be like,
so Africa has the.
I couldn't point to where Brazil is.
Asia. What is Russian? I don't know.
So
China.
That's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. That sounds pretty neat. The EU. Guam. Not the state, the Georgia, Ukraine. Oh, so those are basically the people against Russia. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do more research. We'll revisit the topic when war starts next month.
In more time, we're in the bunker recording our podcast for the rebellion.
Yeah. I honestly don't think we wouldn't use nukes. I guarantee it. At least if we did use nukes, it wouldn't be like big nukes. It'd be like tactical, small, like
Not world-ending nukes.
Yeah, and even then, I don't know if we would even do that.
So y'all ready to be drafted?
Joke's on you. I weigh too much to be drafted. Dodged.
It depends on the situation.
That's also true.
So depending on how, I do not think we would go back to the draft because
so many people.
We have plenty of people and volunteers. Yeah, so many volunteers, and on top of that, the technology has like come so far. If we did, it'd be a lot of like armored stuff. It wouldn't be a lot of general infantry. It'd be like armor and like special forces and a lot of air stuff. Maybe a little bit of naval, but like probably not as much naval anymore.
Yeah.
It's not just gonna be throwing people at something and hoping they make it through.
Yeah, it's not gonna be throwing people at a wall of bullets and trying to get to the next place.
Dropping people on a beach, hoping they can run through the bullets fast enough.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, we wouldn't have to do that with Russia, I don't think. But China, on the other hand, we'd probably do a lot of air drops. I'd say like paratroopers. That's something. China, we might have to do a naval invasion. That's the problem.
Yeah, because where they are and how much mass.
Because when it came to the Iraq War, we did naval invasion.
Yeah.
And that's why we used a battleship for that. And that was like the 80s?
Something like that. Yeah, because I agree. Now the real thing is that we just gotta be careful, Russia and that winter, boy, I'm saying.
That's not a problem. I say that's not even a problem anymore. Because of just modern day. Like, we train in those conditions. Everybody trains in those conditions.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, people who didn't want to be in this war, go here, and they get there, and it's like, I shouldn't have packed my shorts because I'm freezing to death now.
Us Americans train those conditions. If we have NATO and all that, and then Germany's like, oh, I'm gonna go help you out, going into Russia again, and then it's gonna go real bad because they're probably
most of Western Europe and the United States, Canada, and I think even Mexico, Japan. Basically, everybody that's our allies. We'll do joint training, and we'll go to Norway or we'll go to Estonia, and we'll do training there.
Oh, I know my my girlfriend, Emily. She okay, thanks, Colin. Fucking NATO. It's fucking NATO. Fuck you, beans, you piece of. Anyways. Her grandfather goes over to France and trains them on how to be long range snipers and shit every year. So definitely because he was a part of multiple wars and was in the army and was a part of the fucking Desert Storm and shit. So he's very experienced.
And a cool thing though, the Cold War. Obviously, the United States was the first nuclear power. Second nuclear power obviously being Russia, or the USSR, I guess. The third one was the UK. The fourth one was France, and funnily enough, the fifth one was South Africa.
Really? Wait, what was the second one?
The second one, okay, so it went the US for first, then Russia, then the UK. Then France. And the funny thing about France is the United States and the UK didn't want France to have any nukes.
Oh, yeah?
We did not want them to have any nukes. In fact, the United States didn't really want the UK to have nukes, but we helped them kind of build them. Then France made it. And then I think France and Israel actually made them together. But Israel didn't make any until after France did. And then South Africa. Funnily enough. But then South Africa voluntarily gave up their nukes. So they don't have it anymore. But
you know who does? Jordan. Who the fuck is Jordan? And why has he got a nuke?
Oh.
If you don't know, that's a country. It's called Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I think it's by Israel, in fact. So.
It is. It's over, but that general direction. So I'm at work today, right? I get off. I go, and I'm like, all right, I gotta buy some stuff for dinner. You know, I'm gonna make some lo mein, right? So I go into I was looking at olive oil, I think, and I went to the baking aisle, and I still had like my vest hanging halfway over me, and some like girl, I don't know, she's young, like not like child, but probably like, I don't know, 20 something, early 20s. She's like, hey, can you help me find, this? And she shows me a picture, and it's unsweetened coconut flakes. And all right, so I look around, and I eventually come to the conclusion, we're all out, there's none. She goes, oh, thank you. I'm, oh yeah, no problem, happy to help. And she's like, oh, thank you. And what I heard her say was, Bob loves you. And I said, because I have a coworker named Bob, and he's fucking awesome. I love Bob. He's awesome. And she said, Bob loves you. And I go, oh, are you his granddaughter?
Oh my god.
And she goes, oh, I mean, like, I'm like his daughter, yeah. Like, we all are. And I go, huh? And I don't remember the word that she said that came to the conclusion. She said God. She said God loves you. And I went, oh, okay. And then I noticed she had a look in her eyes.
You're just like, sorry, I thought you said Bob.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh. And she's like, are you a believer? I'm like, I mean, so personally, I'm not, And she goes, why? I go, I don't know. And she goes, you ever heard the gospel? I'm like, I don't think so. She's like, can I tell you the gospel? I go, I guess. I'm just like, how do she's piercing into my soul.
Look, bitch,
and then
she
just
fucking lo mein. I just want to
honestly, she just goes on about the gospel and Adam and Eve and stuff. And I go, thank you. I guess that's yeah. And she goes, so think you'll let Jesus into your heart? I go, like, Jesus, right? I'm like, yeah, I know Jesus. And she's like, all right, here, do you have a pain in your left foot or left ankle? I go, I have a pain in the middle of my left foot, not the ankle.
Wow.
She goes, can I pray to make it better? Can I pray to make Jesus go?
How did she know you had a pain in your foot?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. That's why I was like, what?
It's because God. Yeah. It's because of God.
Okay. I was like, it was the ankle, not the middle of the foot. But I was like, all right, what? Go ahead, right? And she goes, all right, and she goes, and because he's like, would you know if it would stop hurting right away? I said, no, not right away. I have to walk on it a little bit. So she prays, right, and does all that. And I'm like, thanks. You were nice. She's like. I was like, you know what? I'll go home and reflect, right? And she's like, oh, good. I'm like, all right, I'm scared. But
she was like, oh my God, it's gone. I believe her.
Yeah, she's like, Jesus is inside of me. He's inside of us all. I go, okay.
Was she like one of those like really outwardly like, oh, very passionate, I'm gonna get loud about it kind of people?
I don't.
Or was she just like kind of like talking normal voice, like, oh, Jesus with us all?
I wouldn't say loud. No, I wouldn't say loud, but she was definitely...
Like a preacher kind of deal?
Yeah, like she was definitely assertive, and she was, like I said, she had a very particular look in her eyes. Like, it's almost like she wasn't blinking. It was like she stared right through me. And like I said, it was just kind of weird. I don't, like I said, like when I went on, I was like, oh, are you like his granddaughter? And she's like, no, we're all his children. I go, oh, it's
all
like,
Bob's children.
I was so confused, like,
Bob.
I was like, all right. I was intimidated. Anyways, the point of the matter is that my foot still hurt, so so that didn't work.
Hey, God has to like. There's a reason why it hurts.
He's like a vampire.
God's
you have to invite him in.
Listen, I was ready for it, alright? She prayed, I was ready for it, the next thing I know, it still fucking hurts, and you know what? I actually gained more pain, so
She probably cursed you, because she's like, what, he thinks, what, did he misunderstand me? I'm gonna curse this man. Can you do an Can you do an unholy blessing?
Yeah, that is definitely just a hex.
Yeah, can Christians hex people?
I think that's just like, oh, holy war.
Dude, as soon as shit hits the fan, she's going on a crusade straight to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was walking away, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go get some groceries. She's like, yes, groceries are good. I go, all right, bye. And I start walking away. She goes, I'll see ya. I go, okay.
You're going to wake up one night. It's going to be storming, and there'll be a crash of thunder. You're going to look out your window and see a woman standing in the street holding, like, a mace with, like, a crusader helmet, and she's just going to be standing there, and you're going to be like, well, I guess it's later.
Like, she got her like whole like honchos, all her honchos and stuff.
There'll be another.
They're all on a horseback, and like their horses have like banners on them and stuff.
I'll see another flash of lightning.
Little did you know that was just Joan of Arc reincarnate.
Yeah, I'll see another flash of lightning. There'll be a cross, just right behind her. I go, oh no, I'm being crucified.
Yeah. Convert, or be punished by the wrath of God.
Oh yeah, no,
come home, you knock on your bedroom door, like, honey, I'm home. You open it, and there's just like the crumbs of the little like Christian wafers they eat all over your bed. And you're like, oh no,
the bread, the flesh of Christ,
yeah.
The body of Christ.
Be a wine stain on the pillow.
Me, I've been watching like or listening to a lot of like history stuff, like while I'm at work. I'm listening to like videos and it was talking about like how. Like, there was, back when Joan of Arc was going on or whatever, and how, like, everybody in Europe was just fighting each other constantly. And it's like, oh, it was the 30 Years' War, it's this. No, dude, even in between, like, the 30 Years' War, there's constantly war going on. There was constant war. There's no stop.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was just between, like, a family and, like, another family, or if it was, like, all of, like, the Holy Roman Empire versus Britain versus France versus Spain versus Sweden versus Russia versus Turkey versus whatever. You know, there was a lot going on. Portugal and Spain and stuff, yeah. Mm-hmm. I like Portugal.
Portugal is
Dude, the more I learn about, like, modern history, the more I hate, like, Europe.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the more I'm learning, like they call us bad. We keep we try to like people are like, oh, we need to stay out of things. Like, dude, we're like in one country or like two countries at a time in the Middle East trying to peacekeep or like get oil. But it's like, oh yeah, like that's bad. We should like not fight for oil. I'm like, yeah, we shouldn't. But when you like, I don't know, it's bad. It's pretty bad.
So.
People are like, don't fight for oil. Me, how am I supposed to get my oil then?
See, me, I'm over here. I've been listening to a lot of Disney, songs, watching Disney movies, right?
Oh my god!
And I was talking with Emily about that. And I think we were talking about it got onto the topic of Pocahontas, right? She's like, oh, yeah, I love the songs in Pocahontas. I go, yeah, me too. Like, savages, barely even human. And she's just like, what? No, not that one. I meant, like, Colors of the Wind or something. I'm like, nah, fuck that. It's a fucking bop, alright?
It's like what we did to the Native Americans. Oh, it was bad, but...
They do it if they have the choice.
I say, if they had the technology, do you not think they would have done the same? Humans are humans. We want more. We'll get more.
Yeah.
It's like different tribes versus different tribes. It's like, oh yeah, it's like a country versus a country. It's like they did the same thing, just like on like a more primitive level because they didn't have the same technology we had. They didn't know how to mine, and they were more of hunter-gatherer kind than like settle down and like grow stuff. Mm-hmm. And, like, they did grow stuff, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Some ganj.
Because there were empires and stuff. There were empires.
Yeah. Like Aztecs.
Yeah. And, like, the Incas and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which, like I said, it sucks. It sucks what happens to them, Yeah, like, it's not fun for, a fucking civilization to be, like, destroyed like that. But at the same time, it's like, that's history, and it happened all the time, and it sucks. But it's also, like, they would have done the same in our shoes. I have... little doubt that they wouldn't have. I mean, most of the even most peaceful types of people went to war. I mean, it's like the Japanese Buddhist monks. They were Buddhist monks that, you know, they talked about peace and stuff, but they were fucking warriors as well because they knew.
Yeah,
they
warriors.
knew.
They had to protect. Yeah, and that like goes over to like, Mongolia and stuff. Like Genghis Khan, they didn't a country. They were just like tribes. Mm-hmm. And Genghis was like, yeah, I don't want to like be like this like weird like tribe thing. I'm gonna conquer everything.
Yeah, and it's like I believe
and to be fair, he was like the very first like country to have religious freedom. You could worship whatever you wanted to worship, and he was fine with it.
Yeah, because like of course, you know, everybody in history is bad for their own reasons, naturally. But you know, he wasn't like the worst person in the world. Like I believe one of the things he did was he sent like an embassy or whatever, an ambassador to like Israel or somewhere down there, and you know the king there fucking cut his head off and made a huge mockery of him and stuff. And so his response was he did it again. He sent another one, fucking cut his head off, you know, destroyed him, you killed that guy, you know. And so then third time he sent a note, said I'm fucking coming, and he came and he destroyed him, a complete annihilation. So he tried to be peaceful at first.
And the thing is, he would like. He knew he was smart. He was a very smart man too. Very good tactician. Very good war monger. He wanted to conquer all of China. Mm-hmm. He wanted to conquer, but he knew that there's only so much he could conquer without being spread thin. He would like fight like a country to like make his presence known, and he'd win, and then he'd leave.
Yeah.
Then he'd just leave and be like, "Yeah, now you know I'm stronger than you. Don't mess with us." Mm-hmm. And he was the very first. He was basically the very first modern military because he, instead of generals being generals because of family ties and like that kind of stuff, he was the very first one who's like, oh yeah, we're going to have generals be generals because they're smart and they're capable as generals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and their whole philosophy was everything belongs to the Mongols. You just don't know it yet because I don't know if you know, but they he directly sent a letter to the Vatican. That just says, we're coming for you. And you can still see that exact thing in the Vatican today. And you know, he would have made it. He would have made it to Europe if he didn't die, and then they all had to retreat back to the homeland to make a new leader. But you know, they were like the fucking doorsteps of Poland.
And it's like the thing is like, his family like led, and they were all like geniuses. They were all very good at conquering. Mm-hmm. Like they were all like his like son. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like. His second son, or his son, was like more. It's either that or his grandson. Well, either one. Mm-hmm. They were like more on the economics and like policies kind of thing than like conquering. Doesn't mean he didn't conquer. Yeah. And like they hardly ever like lost.
Yeah.
Except against Japan.
Yeah. But you know, typhoons, forces of nature, they do that.
Yeah. I say, yeah.
Hard to be avoided. But yeah, no, it's quite intense.
Yeah.
Anyways, do we have any other topics, or do we want to wrap up?
I think that's about it.
Guys, yeah, we're about an hour, 5 minutes in. Like I don't know, I can make do with most of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we all good then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I like how Colin didn't talk like hardly at all towards the end.
Yeah, I guess it started going on.
History. He didn't know
man,
history.
I didn't think we were gonna have the war episode. There's your title right there. Episode 2, the war.
The war of the world.
Yeah. The fuck is NATO?
The fuck is NATO? And beans.
Beans. Colin, what do you think Pearl Harbor was? Just out of curiosity.
Somewhere, I don't know.
Did you at least think it was in like an island in the Pacific?
Nope.
Did you at least think?
Did you know it was American?
Yeah. Thought it was
did you think
it was it was in like California or some shit?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking somewhere like, not New York, but like somewhere.
How did Japan get to the East Coast?
Japan's like, let's fly. Japan's like, let's fly over all of America and then bomb them. Colin probably thought Japan was to the right of us, honestly.
Oh my god.
They flew all the way around over Europe and then bombed New York.
The funny thing about that is I was like, a lot of people have the misconception like, oh yeah, they didn't really like attack the like United States, like the continent itself. Dude, they firebombed us, dude. They invaded Alaska. Like, they did a lot. Too.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're just gonna... And then we're like, okay, you're firebombing us, we'll firebomb you. And then we did so much damage.
Yeah, because they were like, oh shit, our houses are wood.
Alright, so that's going to conclude the second episode of the Tricurious podcast. We'll see you next week. This was a fun time. Bye-bye.